Hello, hello, Facebook family. How are we all doing today? Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing today? Let me just quickly. Wow, what a day! It's been a very busy day for me here. We started the day with a training from a group that I belong to here in the diaspora, and from there, here we are. We are here live again for day 25. It was something like, Diola, are you sure you are able to do this? From that training again, I just had a short break to just fix breakfast and all those that, and join to another meeting again. Just right away as we are finishing now, I'm here. Wow. I'm grateful to God for first and foremost the energy, for the strength, for the grace, for the ability to be able to be here and to do this. I'm not going to take this for granted. This is not something that I believe I have what have you. But I'm grateful to God that regardless of everything that is going on in our world externally, I'm still able to show up. I'm still able to present myself, and I'm still able to do one or two things to just give meaning to what I believe in, and not allow whatever the situation that is going on around me to affect where I say my emphasis. It's one thing for you to claim you believe in something and you believe in what have you, and you are not doing anything in any way that will align you to that very thing you said you are doing. So I just want to bring this to our notice that every one of us, if you are here on with me live on this broadcast, or you get to watch the replay, it doesn't even really matter. My emphasis is on truth, and the emphasis is that every one of us, we get to do and be who we are being meant and who we are being called to do. That is the most important thing we all owe life and universe. And this morning, when I woke up and I was just reflecting on the subject of today. Today is day 25, like I put on the title. It is day 25, and it is self-alignment. And what does that self-alignment all what is all about? I want you to begin to look at the word alignment is as something that talks about you being consistently living your truest best form, consistently living your truest version, consistently living far away from anything that does not truly represent who you want to be known and you want to be related with. And if you look at the whole world and you look at everything happening, look at somebody that you can claim, okay, let us look at this big piece of cake. This big piece of cake has been given to everyone, and every one of us has been given the opportunity to have a bite, to have a share out of the cake. But you kind of look at how life is. It's like it's unfair, and some people are already having their share of the cake, and you and I, we are not already started. We are just limited. We are in just one spot, and it's like things is not happening for us. Everything you can think or relate with regards to that, I want you to look at yourself. Maybe you are just in that small corner. You are just looking at yourself, and you just feel life is been unfair, and you just think something is not right, and there are some other things that are supposed to have been getting, that you're supposed to have. These things, I want you to imagine it as a world that is full of frequencies and vibrations. And when those feelings and those thoughts and frequencies, when they come in together, they come and interact. What does this result in? It results into a state. It results into words. Because when you go through those thoughts, when you go into those thoughts and feelings, what happens? You begin to tell yourself certain things. And some of the things you tell yourself in that conscious or subconscious state, all of those things you tell yourself begin to form a pattern of how you are reasoning and how you are feeling. And when you start having that feeling, it begins to bring your attention to that state. When you see yourself having that state, those feelings will begin to dictate your focus. I tell you, friends, and your focus, what you start focusing on, will become more of your reality. And when you now begin to see somebody that is having more abundance, somebody that is having, like, everything is just going on right, the reason why you don't have any reason to look down on the person or to feel jealous over that person is because you have focused your entire being, yourself, and everything about your interaction in that small world of vibration of not enough, of that lowness, of that things are not just happening. And when you look at that, you are expecting somebody that is not tuning into a frequency. Like, I just finished this broadcast, and one of the words that one of my mentor was telling us, you delighting yourself in abundance. Now, if you don't frequently log yourself into that frequency where you have abundance, I want you to imagine the kind of thoughts, the kind of feelings, the kinds of expression that you are going to be feeling. I want you to imagine the kind of words that will be coming out of somebody that is just having a state of a fixed mindset, somebody that's always thinking about lack, somebody that's always thinking of shortness, somebody that's always thinking of scarcity. Each of those frequencies that you interact with is going to bring about a feeling, and it's going to bring about an expression, and it's going to bring more of your attention to more of those things, and it's going to bring out more of such words into your world. And every time you engage and bring out such words, you are drawing yourself away from that attractive form, that attractive nature of what you suppose and you want in life. That is why when you look at this gadget that we are engaging in, when you look at the way the algorithm of this YouTube is fashioned, if YouTube sees you watching a video on, let's say, unboxing, on any form of athlete or any form of sport, do you know that in the next 48 hours after you have finished watching that very particular video on your YouTube channel, it's going to go and suggest, the algorithm is going to believe that you love wrestling, and because of that singular reason, it's going to continue to bring every form of wrestling game they've done in the past just to try and see what you love. The same thing is how life, the universe, also operates. When you delight yourself in abundance, you don't want to see yourself in a place where everything you focus your attention to, where everything you think and every of your reality is just on scarcity, on lack, on want, on everything that does not really, really bring you into a place where you are so much so in tune. And I have told myself a detour. I told myself I'm going to teach myself alignment. And when I say teach yourself alignment, I am trying to let you see how that you can begin to focus yourself, focus your eyes, so focus your attention, your thoughts, your words, your feeling, and everything around you into only those things, into that future you, into that real you that you want to see in our life. So when we talk about self-alignment, there is nothing that is so big about it than you frequently, intentionally, consciously putting up yourself in a frequency where you are aligning with that state where you're happy. If you see somebody you are not happy, you are sad, you are full of prejudice to other people, all the thing around your world is just about negative things, you are not going, there's no how you're going to connect to a source that is powerful. There's no how you're going to connect to abundance. There's no how you can begin to see people that will bring opportunities that will change and exchange that way. That is why you have to mind your flow, Mind your flow. Mind what you are attracting towards, you are attracting yourself towards. Mind what you are giving more of your attention and more of your presence to. Because it is just as easy, and it is not a magic, it's not a brainer. When you attach yourself more to some of those things that are not really the picture of the real you want to see, it is just glaring that what will happen is that you will not be able to future. You will not be able, and that is why you need to be true to yourself. When we talk about you being alignment, it is another meaning of saying you being congruent. It is staying congruent with who you want to be. And there is no how you can stay congruent with your real self when you say you want something, you say a thing, and you do the other. Friends, when you stay in alignment with your word, that is a state where your feelings, your words becomes your bound, where you say a thing and we don't see you doing the other side. See, I cannot lie to you that I am 100% on this journey, and that is why the whole world is just so full of so many fake, so many things that you can hardly connect with. Many people say many things, but they do differently. This is not a life of someone that wants to be and live in alignment. And if there is anything I want to challenge you and I over, it is that it is high time that you and I start practicing congruency. And congruency is you staying in alignment with who your future self, of who you have promised yourself to be. How can you imagine at the beginning of this year you promise yourself you are not going to drink again, you're not going to smoke again, or you are not going to do all these things again? And do you know what? And you have constantly, you see yourself interacting within the frequency, connecting, relating with people that are drinking, that are smoking. What do you really, just tell me, what do you think is going to happen? It is not a brainer that you are not going to actually be able to live in congruence, in alignment with that true self of yours, because of your interaction. Because of your interaction. That is what I said, why I said it even regards to that radio station that I was mentioning. That, can you imagine, we are tuned to radio. Look at this frequency now. I am live here with you on this official Facebook YouTube channel, Lodeta Think Media, and on my Facebook group, Lodeta Consulting. And anybody that is not on this frequency now cannot listen, cannot hear what is here. The same thing. Okay, you want to slim down, you want to go there, you want to start working out, and every time you are only eating food late in the night, you are always waking up sleeping in a particular posture that is not supportive of what you can see that is not in any way going to support that feature. So you are going to see, how do you now begin to practice congruency? How do you practice alignment? It starts with you honoring your words, looking at yourself and being your best self. If this is clarity, that is the first thing. You need clarity. If you want to live in alignment with yourself, the first thing you need to position is clarity of purpose. What do you want? What is the picture of the Diola you want people to identify with? Whenever the people come, is this the Diola that is, her word is abound? Is it the Diola that says a thing and that always does what he says? It is who you want to see yourself being positioned as, and who. That is who the world will get to know you with. And then you now being consistent with your values, with the intention, with your doings, with your action. Because you cannot separate it. Look at me. All my years, I have been in a state of, let me say, I can call myself a religious addict. I was living in a world of so religiosity that I lost touch with the real thing that is called life. And how do I mean by that? So you can see somebody that is so religious, and then her life is just full of emptiness. Her life is just full of so many things that does not exude excellence. I began to look at myself, and I look at myself as if, wait a minute, this is not the real me I want. This is not the real me. This is not the real me that I want. The real me that I'm seeing, it is not in any way true with the excellence that surrounds my maker. And I look at myself, I want to reposition myself. I want to give myself a new rebirth. I want to change this format to something better. What did I do? I changed my diet. I changed my circle of friendship. I began to align with the frequency and thought, with attention, with focus on things that will bring me closer to this version of me which I have desired and I want to see. So if you want to consistently to live in your best self in this year 2021, and as we move on to year 2022, you must align with your value. What are your values? What are those core things that drive you? I believe in service. I believe in giving what you have freely been given. I believe in going out there and making a change. I believe in giving knowledge, training people. And that is why if you are just you get to meet me or you get to watch this video for the first time, I have been able to sit down myself, focusing on my dream and telling myself that I'm no longer willing to blame anybody again for the past life I've lived and for every mistake of the past that I've lived that have not made me to really, really be in congruence and be in the truest intention of whom I'm supposed to be. I told myself I am going to, starting from this last year when I made that decision, that I'm going to conquer the shame and everything that anybody will tell. I don't mind. I am going to stand and I'm going to continue to share the truth until it goes viral, to bring a new perspective, to bring a new dimension, to bring a new clarity to women out there, to help them reposition themselves. I look at myself as, how can I help every woman out there that is lost, that have lost clarity, every woman out there that does not know what it means to truly live, every woman out there that life is happening to them and they are stuck, they feel stuck, they don't know the way to just get themselves out. They know there is more for them, they want to be more, do more and live more, but they don't just know how to figure those things out and be the best and who the truest version of who God has made them. I am positioning myself to be somebody that you can call on. And I encourage you never to keep quiet. Never you look at you now, for you to stand, for every one of you that happen to chance to watch this or you are live on this broadcast now, I appreciate your time. And one of the things I want to bring out of the time is that if you are engaging in this kind of conversation, that tells me something about you, that you are actually in tune, that you actually want something out of life, and that you really, really want to see a change from where you are now, from what is happening to you and what your reality is now. And that if there is ever going to be the change and you want to see that change happening, you need to go beyond just desiring it. It is time for action. You have to start diving deep, going into the deep, going into the stream, and thriving and giving your attention, your word, your thought, your frequency more to stuff like this. Because it is when you surround yourself in this space, I tell you, you will begin to see the real you come to work. You begin to see the real version of you begin to come to play. And I want to challenge you, friends, at the end of this broadcast, at the end of this 30 days month of self-love, of growth, of momentum, and of energy that we have been showing up, I want to encourage you, please, friend. If there's anyone you have missed, if there's any topic, any area of your life that you know actually inside of you that you need help, go through all the topics. Let the one that resonates with you most. Are you suffering from self-esteem? Are you suffering from negative self-talk? Do you lack clarity on who you are? Self-awareness? Every of the topic that I've treated from day one till today is a way of helping to address the rot and to address every insecurity that have plagued our life as women. You look at yourself, we get to a place, we are loners, we don't want to relate, we don't want to talk because we believe nobody is going to listen to us. We believe we don't have anything to share. We believe we are not just welcome. And that part of you constantly represent. If that is you, I need to challenge you to go and listen to that self-esteem. Because a time is coming in your life that when you don't take time to fix all these things, it is going to change how people see you in life. And when we talk about alignment, with regards to your success in life, your career, your home, even your children, anyone suffering from self-alignment will never be able to bring his truest form, even to his children, even to his society, even in your place of work. You will begin to say this and you will live this. You will begin to live a kind of lifestyle, but when people move closer to you, you smell. But I want to see a place where with the inner you and the outermost you is in congruency, is in alignment. that when you show up, people know this is you. It is not a case of when you are in the function in a society and you are in a social function, you behave like this. And when people see you at home, you are like another thing. That is not how it is. Friends, for you to be here today tells me something about you. And I celebrate your showing off. I celebrate your coming on live. I celebrate your watching this video live. I celebrate your watching this video as a replay. I even appreciate you sharing this video and even giving it. I want you to know that your authentic self, your real you inside is what the world needs. And that is what your world will connect to. People will never connect to somebody that is not real. People will never connect to somebody that is always trying to be who she is not. And I'm not even going to pretend and fake things as if I am all the way there. I am your sister in progress, and I'm willing to support you. I am also in this journey. I am work in progress. There are aspects of my life that I have always struggled over. But in this journey of personal development, of me believing that there is more to my life that I'm witnessing now, and I am positioning myself to adjust everything with my lifestyle to focus on that journey of me becoming my truest, authentic self. That is what I am introducing you to. And that is the journey I am welcoming you to. That, friends, it's high time we stop living anything that is reducing us to far less than who God has called us to be. And this is every thought and every prejudice that is holding you back in life. It is tied to all the frequency you have been relating with. When you spend more times on words, on thoughts, on feelings, on expression, on society, on association that does not give life to who you want to be, your attention is drawn away from that frequency where life can draw to you. And what do you begin to feel? You begin to, attention is driven away from that feeling, and you begin to focus on those things. And that is why when you see somebody say he's lacking this thing, what that does mean literally is that his attention has been literally withdrawn away from abundance, from the mindset of an achiever, from the mindset of possibility, from the mindset of striving to go get it, to figure it out, to think about it, to look for who are doing it, to look for how it can be done, to now believing that it is not possible. And once you get yourself driven away from that stream, from that frequency, from that radiation, from that environment of possibility, your focus and your feeling will dictate the kind of word you say. And every word that comes out of your mouth at that time can never bring that thing you have negated. That is why one of the things I encourage people, when you see somebody that is rich or somebody that is doing something you love, you like to do, I don't go about hating on them. I don't go about being jealous over them. Inside of me, I just pray. I just ask God, God, I want this. This is who I want to be. This is what I love. And I begin to seek knowledge and search how I can also represent this in my life. Because the world is so unique that you can always be whoever you are meant to be. You don't have to believe that until you start doing this, or no, until you paint somebody bad, until you label somebody evil, just to score a point. No. And when I look inside of myself and I see that part of me that doesn't want to wish that person well, I rise above that velocity. I rise above that frequency. I go ahead and type it. I give it a like. I share it. I make sure I celebrate that, because I know it's all a function of time. That is the law. It is the law that the whole world, the principle that governs, that governs the whole world, the law of seed and harvest. As long as the earth remains, that person's, you are comparing your own middle, your beginning with that person's own middle. That might be the reason for jealousy. But if you're able to bring yourself to a place where you admit that this is who you are and this is where you are at the moment, and you believe that you constantly dwelling and living in congruency with your truest version of self, it is a question of time you are going to see it happen. That is how I have been living my life, and every day in my life, I live and look forward to that future me coming into the presence. And every day, I surround myself with activity, with habit, with relationship that will bring the intention out of me. So I want to employ you, friends. I'm grateful for you being able to join, and I don't want you to have a feeling of scarcity in any area of your life. If it is in the finances, in your finance, if you are not in alignment, look at how you spend. What are you spending your money on that is not the real thing? Don't spend your money on what is not. Look at how have you been spending. There is a saying that says you don't spend your money on people on what you don't need to impress people who don't like you. But a lot of us are fond of doing that. And so when you begin to look at that, you begin to see the frequency where you are dwelling. Or maybe you just want to do things just to please. You are men pleasers. It is high time to withdraw yourself away from that frequency and begin to look at how can I plow? How can I use what I've labored for, my resources, my end resources? How can I put it in a place whereby it begins to grow and becoming something that can grow and bring more back to me? You are not in the world, in this world, if you are not living to your truest word, that is not the best way to live. So from today, I want you to look at yourself. What are you promising yourself? Look at your goal for this year when you started. Are you living truly? Are you living truly and intentionally with the goal you set for yourself? If that thing is not happening, okay, don't beat yourself. Don't say I failed. I'm no more going to happen. Now, today, set another goal for yourself. Set another goal for yourself. Tell yourself, look at me, I set this goal for myself that for 30 days, I'm going to be live for 30 minutes minimum. And I'm going to be teaching on everything that has produced the shift in the mindset, in my own worldview, everything that have positioned me into this new version of me that I'm seeing, that I'm beginning to love. And I'm willing to teach anybody that is ready to resonate and willing to learn. And so you can also set that goal for yourself in that area of your life that you know you need help. It's high time you set a goal. And I don't just mean just writing it. Goals without deadlines is just a mere wish. I want you to be, I believe you know there is a quote like that. That you don't just want to just write something down and you don't put any action plan that is going to back it. Like you and I, when you look at me now, I have 3 kids. And by virtue of that, when it is during the week, I know that if I'm ever going to do my personal development stuff, I have to wake up 3 hours before they wake. And at that time, I go through my own day. I have my me time where I have my meditation, where I have my prayers, where I reflect. I have my own thinking. I watch the videos on areas I want to grow myself, become more and more. I already have my day started with intention. And when the children start to wake up and I'm able to flow. But when you don't have anything you are looking forward to, and also think of going live, I'm going to prepare myself, I'm going to think of everything. You see, that is intentional living, friends. If there's anything that have been so changing you, that have made you limitless in any area of your life, you begin to watch it. Is it the goal you are setting? Is it the wrong goals? Because I told you earlier, I said, if you see a medical doctor and they said, if you want to be a medical, you have to read. But if what you are reading, actually, you are not reading any medical book, you are just reading a fiction book, can you say you are going to graduate as a medical doctor? It is not going to happen. The same way with you. Look at that area of your life you want to see yourself change. You want to position yourself as a masterpiece. You want to position yourself as a world best. Those are the areas you need to set intentional goals back with action. That is it, friends. That is it. That is what alignment means. That is the meaning of alignment. That is you coming in congruence, practicing congruency with the version of you that you want to see in future years. And I want to end by this. If there's anything that always puts me on the edge, I always imagine myself that a time will come that I will stand before God. And God will just ask me, Alpha, how did you spend your life? And how best did you use every gift and everything, every opportunity that you've been given? And that was one of the things that I always dread. That you have been given one talent. Don't be an unproductive servant. Don't be a wicked servant that says, oh, it's just this one thing. It's just if I've been given like 5, I will have been able to, I want to be like that person. No. See, this one mouth of mine, this one gift of mine, this one ability of mine. I don't have anybody in the media. I did not study journalism. I did not study mass communication. Any of those stuff you can think of, I don't have it. But I just know there is something inside of me that I know there are somebody that will connect to. That is why I'm here. And I'm glad you're able to connect with me. I'm so appreciative of your time. Adebukola Omolodun, thank you very much for watching. Dami Ta, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, every one of you here on YouTube. I appreciate your time. I want to believe you have connected with something and with from what I've shared. And I will so much appreciate if you can just share what the feedback is for you from what you have learned in today's session. I will be glad to also answer your question. If you have any, drop it on the chat for me. I will definitely reply. And also to tell you, at the end of this 30 day, I'm going to be giving and extending an invitation for a 30 minutes discovery call, free one-on-one call with you as you most desire. If you so much desire to know more on how you can better position yourself to the best version of yourself that you want to see come year 2022. I'm your sister in progress and in possibility. I'll look forward to you reaching out to me soon. And I want you to just continue to show up. Tomorrow is another day, and we are coming up with another topic on self-orientation. Self-reorientation. I look forward to seeing you. God bless you. From me to you, I love you and I believe in you. And don't give up on yourself. See you tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye. Thank you very much.